okay, plus 3.2. So what's very important is that the decimals have to line up.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's nothing to the right of the 2. We should put 0 there. Okay, so now we're just going to add vertically. Okay, so 9 plus 0 is 9. What is 8 plus 2?
10.
10. So you put a 0 here with a carry of 1. Five plus 3 plus 1 is 9. Put the decimal in the same position and bring the 1 down.
19.
So I think that the key to this problem is remembering that you have to put a 0 sometimes where there's one that's missing, that appears to be missing. You could put a 0. You could also put a 0. I'm just grabbing it from color. You could put a 0 here under the 1, but I think that's an odd place to put it, so I wouldn't do that. But to the right of the decimal is usually okay. Okay. All right, let's try another problem here. Okay, so this one says to subtract. Okay, so we got 7. Oh, we still got the wrong color. Okay, so 78.9 minus 5.64. So up to the right of the 9, what should we put? Or above the 4, what should we put there?
0.
We should put a 0 there, yeah. So now you can try and subtract 0 minus 4, 0 minus 4, but the problem is 0 is less than 4.
You got to borrow from the 9.
Borrow from 9. So we take that 9, turn it into an 8, and put a 1 next to the 0. And if you've been seeing that in class, this is just review. So it's 10 minus 4. What is 10 minus 4?
6.
Okay. 8 minus 6.
2.
2. Bring the decimal down. 8 minus 5.
3.
3. And then 7 minus nothing is
7.
7, yeah. And we talked about last time how to actually check the answer. So you take the answer you just got, 73.26, and you add that second number. So would you mind adding that for me off to the right?
Can I work this on my own?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, I got my final answer.
Okay, what did you come up with?
78.70.
Okay, let's look at that together. You should have gotten 78.9. What is 6 plus 4?
11.
Try again. 6 plus
10.
4, 10. And so that's 0 with a carry of 1. So now you're adding. So you add the 1, the 2, and the 6. What do they add up to?
8. or 9?
1, yeah, 9. Okay. And then bring the decimal down. What is 3 plus 5?
8.
Okay. And then 7, bring it down, 78.9. Okay. You'll get a chance to improve, but let's move on to a new topic here. So we're going to talk a little bit about money. We talked about that a little bit last time. Could you read this out loud for us, please?
Money is written in dollars and cents because 10 cents equals $1. Money is written to the thousands place for whole dollars amounts. Writing 2 zeros after the decimal point is optional.
Yeah. Okay. So here is the correct way. Here are the correct ways to write money. So let's say you have $12 in your pocket. This is correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you could also write it this way: $12 with 2 decimal places. This is also correct. And that's what it's saying here. Writing 2 zeros after the decimal point is optional. You can either do it or not do it. Okay. Now here's the thing about the decimal point, numbers after the decimal point, these numbers, you must write 2 numbers. Okay, so let's say you have $6.50 in your car, or in your hand, pocket, whatever. This is correct. See how you have to write 2 decimal places?
Yeah.
Okay, this is not correct because it doesn't have 2 decimal places. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. All right, so let's go to, these are like application problems now,
Mhm.
and we're going to have to look at them together. So let me snip the first question in here. Okay, it says Jada spent $9.35 at the arcade. Do you know what an arcade is?
Yeah.
Okay. Matthew, but not me, spent $7.80 at the same arcade. How much more money did Jada spend than Matthew? Okay. So we're going to subtract. We're going to subtract these 2 numbers. Okay. Do you see how I wrote it without the $sign?
Yeah.
So when you subtract, you don't need to include the $sign. When you write your final answer, you will definitely want to put the $sign back in. So that's 9.35 minus 7.80. So I'd like you to try working this one out on your own.
Okay.
If you have some questions, please ask me.
I got my final answer.
Okay, what is your final answer?
1.55.
Okay, so let's check that. 5 minus 0 is 5. Okay, 3 minus 8 you cannot do.
No.
So you have to borrow from the 9. 9 goes to 8. You put a 1 next to the 3. That's 13. Minus 8 is 5. 8 minus 7 is 1. Yes, your answer is correct. Perfect. Okay, very good. All right, let's look at another question together here. All right, it says Jada buys a t-shirt for $13.29. Okay. She pays with a $20 bill. Have you seen a $20 bill lately?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably the most common form of currency that we have in circulation. All right. So it says here, which math or operation can be used to determine how much change Jada receives? Is it clear what it means by change here?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think here? Are you going to subtract or add?
We're gonna subtract.
We're going to subtract. That's correct. Okay, so it's 20 minus 13.29. Now, where is the decimal point with the 20? Can you tell me where the decimal point is for the number 20?
0.
It's to the right of the 0. So there's your decimal point.
1.
And then I'm sorry.
The 1.
No. It's right next to the 20. It's right next to the 0. Do you see that?
The subtract.
Well, then but we're gonna write them. We're gonna write the numbers vertically. Okay, so all I've done is take the 20, put it on top, the 13.29, and put it on the bottom. Okay, now what should I do in the spaces to the right, just to the right of the decimal?
0.
How many zeros though?
2.
Yeah. Okay, now this is the first time we've borrowed from a multiple position. Okay, so do you see that you cannot borrow from this 0?
Yeah.
And you can't borrow from this 0, but you can borrow from the 2. Do you see that you have to go all the way to the right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be very new. All right. So this goes to a 1. All right. And the problem is you think, okay, I'll put a 1 there. So that makes 10, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you borrow from that. So that goes to 9 and makes 10 there. And then you borrow from the 9 or from the 10 to make 9 and put a 1 there. Okay, and we'll do this a couple of times. Okay, so now you can subtract. So on the right here, it's 10. 10 minus 9. What is 10 minus 9?
1.
Okay. What is 9 minus 2?
7.
Okay. And what is 9 minus 3?
6.
And 1 minus 1?
0.
0. So should you put the 0 though?
Yeah.
So we don't put zeros. We don't put zeros out in front. It just doesn't look right. Okay. And then you bring the decimal down.
Okay.
All right, let's try another one here because I can tell that this was something you've never seen before. So let's do it again. Let's say you've got a $20 bill and you want to buy something for $15.65. Okay. So you start by writing the 20 on top and then 15.65 on the bottom. Okay, and then you put zeros in those positions. Okay, now what you can't do, and this is what's hard, is you can't subtract 5 from 0. So you have to go to the left, but there's nothing to borrow from, nothing to borrow from, but you can borrow from the 2. So when you borrow from the 2, you put a 1 there on the 10. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, but we're still in the same problem. Like that zero there is problematic. We still don't have the number we want. So we go left, can't borrow from that, but we can borrow from the 10. That goes down to a 9, 10 there, but we still have the same problem. Like we have to borrow. We don't have what we want there. So the 0 still is a problem. So we go to the left and we borrow from the 10. 10 goes to 9, and now we finally have it. And you'll start to notice a pattern. You'll start to notice that you essentially write 9s and then a 10, but we'll get to that. Okay, what is 10 minus 5?
5.
5. Okay. How about 9 minus 6?
4.
Nope. Try again. 9 minus 6.
3.
3. Yep, it's 3. How about 9 minus 5?
9 minus 5. 4.
Okay. And then 1 minus 1?
0.
Is 0. Do we write the 0?
No.
No. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this example up, but I want you to try one on your own now. Let's go 20 minus $12.86. Okay. So I want you to try that one on your own. I'm leaving the example up so you can look back at it if you need, but give that a try, please.
Okay, I got my final answer.
Okay. What is your final answer?
7.14.
7.14. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add it to that second number. This is your check. It is correct, by the way, but let's just confirm that. 4 plus 6 is 10. So put a 0 here with a carry of 1. 1 plus 1 plus 8 is 10. So 0 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 7 plus 8 is 10 with a carry of 1. Do that. Now, do you know which president is on the $20 bill? Or do you know any of the presidents on the, or not, I'm sorry. It's not always a president. I should backtrack that.
No, I don't know that one.
Okay. All right. I think it's kind of cool to look at paper money. We don't do it very often. Okay, so let me have you try one more. So let's say you go to, do you like Petco or PetSmart? Which one do you prefer to go to? Or do you go to a different pet store?
I like going to Petco.
Petco. Okay. So let's say it's your dog's birthday and you go to Petco and you get a big basket full of goodies, some toys, all that stuff. And the cashier says that'll be $68.32. And guess what you have? You have $100 bill. Okay. You have a fresh $100 bill. And you need to know if you're going to get the right change back. Okay. So we're going to subtract, we're going to take $100 and we're going to subtract $68 and 32 cents. Okay. Now, what am I missing? What am I missing in this problem up here to the right?
2 zeros.
2 zeros. Okay. Now, what is the problem when we go to subtract?
Zeros subtract by 2.
Yeah, and we got to borrow from the left. Can't borrow. Can't borrow. Can't borrow. Okay, we can borrow.
Yes.
So I'll do this with some other colors here. So that goes to a 0 and you put a 1 there. But the problem is we need to get something over here. So we have to keep borrowing. So that goes to a 9 and then a 10. And then we'll do the 10 goes to a 9 and you put a 1 there. And do you notice a pattern?
Yeah.
So it's nines and then a 0 at the end. Okay, so when we subtract 10 minus 2, what is that? What is 10 minus 2?
8.
8. Okay, how about 9 minus 3?
6.
6. Okay, how about 9 minus 8?
1.
9 minus 8 is 1. Yep, and then 9 minus 6?
3.
3. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, let's look at another problem here. Okay, an adult's ticket for a museum costs $7.65. A child's ticket costs $5.40. What expression can be used to determine how much more it costs to purchase an adult ticket than a child's ticket? So when you want to know how much more, is that addition or subtraction?
Addition.
So if you add these two numbers together, it gets larger. Okay, and you might think, okay, that sounds reasonable. Okay, but we want to know how much more. Basically, how do we go from 5.4 to 7.65? And that is subtraction.
Okay.
So we did that in an earlier problem here. Let's go take a look here. How much? Maybe we didn't. Oh no, we did. See how it says how much more money, and we subtracted. So you've got to somehow encode that in your brain. Okay, how much more? How much more? That means subtraction. All right. So this will be our final problem here. I want you to subtract 7.65 minus 5.40, and that'll be it for us for today.
I do this one on my own.
Yes.
Okay. I got my final answer.
Okay, what do you got for me?
2.25.
Yes, perfect. All right, good job for today. Go ahead and let your brother know that I'm ready for him, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye now. Hey, Michael, how are you today?
Good.
That's great to hear. So I thought we'd work on some more division today. How does that sound?
Good.
All right. Yeah, so let's do it. So last time we were talking about numbers and remainders. So let's just do a warm-up problem here. Let's say 5. Well, let me write it out here. Sorry, let me back up here. Do you have your notebook out and a pencil to take some notes today?
Yes.
Okay, let's go 13 divided by 5. Okay, so the 5 goes on the outside and the 13 goes on the inside. And off to the right, we would make this table. We'd say, okay, 1 times 5 is 5. I'm sorry, 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. And you had to figure out which two numbers did that one go between. And it goes between 10 and 15. Do you see that?
Yes.
And we always choose the smaller number, okay? And the number in particular that we want is the 2. Okay. So we're going to write 2 in the ones position. What is 2 times 5?
10.
10. So you put the 10 underneath and then you subtract. What is 13 minus 10?
I gotta go to the restroom.
Okay, go ahead and come back whenever you're ready.
I'm back.
Okay, Michael, so where we left off is 2 times 5 is 10. What is 13 minus 10? I'm asking you, Michael, what is 13 minus 10?
I'm doing the paper.
Okay, take your time.
3.
It is 3. Now, my question to you is 3 less than 5?
Yes.
Yes, so you're done. And then the 3 is your remainder. 3 is your remainder. Okay, so let me know when you get all this down and we'll do another problem.
Done.
Okay, so let's try a new problem. Let's go 17 divided by 6. Okay, so the 6 is going to go outside the house and the 17 is going to go inside the house. And then off to the right here, you want to write down 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. And you stop when you get a number bigger than the 17. So do you see how again the 17 falls between the 2 and the 3?
Yeah.
So we always choose the smaller. We always choose the smaller one, okay? And in particular, we choose the one we choose this number right here, the 2. because it tells you that 6 goes into 17 2 times. If it went in 3 times, it would be equal to 18. Okay, so now I ask you, what is 2 times 6? What do you get when you multiply these two numbers together?
12.
12. So you put 12 here and you subtract. What is 17 minus 12?
5.
5. And again, just like the previous problem, is 5 less than 6? 6 being the number out in front. Is 5 less than 6?
Yes.
Yes, so this is your remainder. Let me know when you get all this down. We'll look at another question.
Done.
Great. Okay. So let's do this one. Let's do 15 divided by 8.
Okay.
So which number, Michael, goes inside the house and which goes outside the house?
So 8 goes outside the house.
Okay. And so the other number must go inside. And then off to the right, we write 8 times 1 equals, and 8 times 2 equals.
8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16.
Do I need to figure out 8 times 3, or can I stop?
You stop.
Because 15 is between 8 and 16. And you always choose the smaller one, always. There's no exceptions to that. Always choose the smaller one. And in particular, we want this number that we multiplied by, the 1. So I put the 1 above the 5. And then I multiply 1 times 8. 1 times 8 is
8.
8. And then you subtract. You have to figure out what is 15 minus 8.
Okay. 12.
Try again. Michael, are you still with me?
Yes.
15 minus 8. So think of 15 as being 10 plus 5 minus 8. Okay, what is 10 minus 8?
Excuse me?
What is 10 minus 8?
10 minus 8 is 2.
2 plus 5.
Is 10.
You're adding, not multiplying. You're adding.
Oh, 7.
7. So now, same question. Is 7 less than 8?
Yes.
Yes. So that means you're done, and this is your remainder. Okay, let's try another one here. Let me know when you get all this down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got it down at the beginning.
Okay. Cool. All right, let's look at another one here. Let's say we want to go 23 divided by 5. So 5 goes outside the house and 23 goes inside the house. Okay. So if we come off to the side and you write 5 times 1, 5 times 2. What is 5 times 1, Michael?
5
And then times 2?
is 20.
10. 10, you're multiplying. How about 5 times 3?
15.
Right? You're going up by 5 each time. We need to keep going, right? What's 5 times 4?
20.
5 times 5.
25.
So notice we stop here. We stop because we're bigger than the 23, the number inside. Do you also see why you need to know your multiplication table?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to use it over and over again. It's not one of those things where you can forget it. You've got to remember it. Okay, so what number do I put up top here?
5.
So which two numbers does 23 fall between?
5 times 4.
Yes. And then which number do we use?
0.
We use the 4. So every problem, Michael, every problem, I've highlighted the row and then the number that we're going to use. Do you see that? The row and then the number that we're going to use. The row and then the number that we're going to use. I know there's a lot going on here, but you have to be able to follow these steps here. So 4 is going to go up above the 3.
Okay.
What is 4 times 5?
20.
20. And then you subtract. So when you subtract, what do you have left over?
3.
3. Okay, and again, my question is the 3 less than the 5?
Yes.
So this is your remainder. Your remainder is what's left over. Okay, let's look at another problem when you get this one down.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go 20 divided by 6. So what number goes inside the house and what number goes outside the house? And you'll see, you'll just get used to putting these numbers in the right position. So what I want you to do, Michael, is try to figure out what number goes up here above the 20. And to do that, you need to write out this on the right. You need to multiply out 6, 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, 6 times 4, and so on. Can you try that for me, please?
Yes. 3.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's 3. What is 3 times 6?
18.
Okay, and so now you have to subtract 20 minus 18. What is 20 minus 18, Michael?
2.
2. And do you see how 2 is smaller than the 6?
Yeah.
So this represents your remainder. Very good. Let's have you try another one. All right, so let me write another one here. Let's go down. Let's go 29 divided by 7. So 7 goes outside the house. 29 goes inside the house. So you've got to figure out the number that goes up here. So you're going to have to make a table off to the right. 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3. Now, if you have a multiplication table, you can also use that. But I want to know what number goes up here. So I'd like you to try working that out, please.
Four.
Yeah, it's 4. That's correct. And what is 4 times 7?
28.
28. Perfect. So when you subtract
1.
1, yeah, and that's your remainder. So here, Michael, this is how you write your answer. You write 4R1. 4R1.
Yes.
Pero no tienes que tener esto prendido, tío. Ya le dije a tu mamá, ya viene tu mamá.
Is everything okay, Michael, or do we need to take a break? I think you're muted, Michael. Hey,
Hello?
Michael. Hey, Michael. So what I was trying to show you here is that the way you write your answer is 4 remainder 1. And so you're going to get to this, but you're going to want to write up, and this means 4 with a remainder of 1. Okay, so you actually have to bring that 1 up there. Okay, let's try one more problem. Let's go 32 divided by 5. So that 5 goes on the outside, 32 on the inside.
4.
What is 4 times 5?
20.
20. What is, I'm sorry, I did this backwards. 5 times 4. Okay, what is 5 times 5?
30.
Try again.
25.
25. See how we haven't gotten to 32 yet? What is 5 times 6?
30.
It's 30. Are we there yet?
No.
How about 5 times 7? What is that?
35.
35. So see how we've squeezed 32 in between 30 and 35?
Yeah.
Okay, so what number goes up above here?
6.
6. Yes. 6 goes up above there. 6 goes up above here. What is 6 times 5?
30.
30. And you subtract 32 minus 30 is
2.
2. So your answer is 6 with a remainder of 2. That is your final answer. Go ahead and get all this down, Michael. Did you get this down, Michael?
Yes.
All right, well, that is it for today's lesson. You did a great job today. We'll just pick up here next week with some more division stuff. You're gonna do great. So I'll see you then. Bye now.
Okay.